So Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So like, oh, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins and it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better. Like,
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another day on the old Pulsechain and crypto. What a time to accumulate, that's all I can say. And yeah, we're in that volatile period, August, September, and looking for the win from October onwards. It's kind of the position at the moment. We're going to get into it though. Stock market had a fantastic day again on retail sales, so we're going to get into the economics of that. It's pretty awesome. Obviously, crypto generally just pulling back a little bit there. Obviously, Silk Road's Bitcoin's been moved from the government and things like that. I don't think it's appeared to be sold yet. We obviously got market liquidations, stuff like that going on. So a bit of a mixed bag at the moment. So there we go. All right, let's get into it. We've got Lies Beneath here. How are you? Very good, actually. Be going for a walk today after the show. We've got Hex Pulsex extended token for the win, 100%. That is the maxi strategy of the channel. In fact, I've got a poll up at the moment. Are you buying crypto on Pulsechain at the moment? Yes, maybe soon, or no. So get in there on the vote. We'll check that out later on. Kind of cool. What day results we're doing? We're going to be doing Thursday results on the stock market. So that's what we're going to be covering at the moment. So big shout out to Lies Beneath there. All right, let's get into it. We're going to get straight into the markets and look at the stock market. The Dow, the S&P 500, I should say, extends the winning streak on signs of economic strength. We've had good news all week with the economic news. Not one of them has disappointed. So we had the PPI on Tuesday. We had the CPI, the inflation on Wednesday. Both of them better than expectations and heading down towards that lower end, the 2% target. And then today we've had good retail results and unemployment benefits less than we expected. So we've got the Dow Jones up 1.4%. A massive move there again, 554 points to 40,563 on the index. S&P 500 up 1.6%, 88 points to 5,543. The Nasdaq with all the tech companies in it up 2.3%, so a really great gain, almost 400 points to 17,591. So really, really good. The US dollar pretty much flat, down just slightly at 102.85 versus its trading partner on the index. Looking at commodities, West Texas is down a bit, 0.25% on the oil, 18 cents to $78, let's say. And we've got Brent oil is pretty flat at just under $81 at the moment. Gold is up 0.1%, $2.70 to $2,495. In fact, I was watching a video with us in Australia, guys picking out giant gold nuggets. I mean, the size of your hand, and pretty amazing if you found that. Instant 100K sort of money plus that they were finding. Pretty awesome stuff. You haven't checked out those outback sort of gold digging. Silver there is pretty flat at the moment, $28.40. But like I say, once we get the interest rate pivot, we're going to expect potentially the US dollar valuation and silver and commodities to run, just like we're expecting crypto to have its big run too. So retail sales suggest consumer resilience. As you guys know, the US is the big consumer of the world. about 2/3 of the consumption makes up, 2/3 of GDP income in the United States is made up of consumption there, and retail consumption. So retail sales suggest consumer resilience. U.S. retail sales rose by a larger than expected amount in July, pointing to resilience in the consumer spending activity, allaying fears of an imminent recession. And that recession talk, we've already seen what happened with that. It's very damaging to the stock market and no doubt the crypto market as well. So we really want to avoid that because we want to get this big Bitcoin, this crypto bull run in full swing before we have any sign of major pullback, right? We want to get that, make that mad magic money in crypto. Retail sales rose by 1% last month, accelerating for an unchanged reading in June, according to Commerce Department data. More than 0.4% than expected. So there we are. Good news. On an annual basis, retail sales rose by 2.7%, having increased by a revised lower 2% in June. A stronger than expected retail sales report in July underscores the ongoing resilient nature of the American consumer. On the labor market front, a number of Americans filing for new applications for unemployment benefits fell last week, reinforcing concerns of a gradual softening of labor market rather than a hard one. Softer CPI and producer price index readings this week suggest inflation was cooling, raising expectations of an interest rate cut in September, and that's really bullish. So what is the interest rate cut expected to be? Well, let's have a look at, I've got the economic calendar here. Let's see here, tools. We're going to tools Fed rate monitor and have a quick look to see where the market is at on that. So we've got 18 September is the next meeting. We're counting it down 4 weeks and 6 days away, so still got a bit of while to go. And we're expecting 75% expecting a 25 basis point cut at the moment. That's softer than the 50 basis points, which I would like to see. Only 25% in the expectation at the moment. So I'm still kind of in the 50 basis point camps. We'll see how we get on there. In November, they've definitely got the majority they're expecting another 25 basis points. So at the moment, the majority is expecting 25 basis points on September and November. That's only 50 basis points, which is half a percentage point. And of course, I'm still expecting a more aggressive than that by the end of the year. We'll see whether we can get to 1 percentage point. That's kind of where we're at the moment. What have we got in December? December there, another 25 basis points. People think it's going to be pretty linear, doesn't they? 25 basis points in September, November, and December, getting us down to 4.75. Remember, we're currently 5.5% on the federal funds rate there. So that's pretty much it on that. What are some news? We've got some probably news coming up, economic news next week. Let's have a quick look at that, an economic calendar. And let's see here, we've got next week's news. Next week, what do we got? We've got FOMC minutes on Wednesday next week. We've got initial jobless claims. That will be an important one for next week on Thursday. So it's still a week away. What else there? Global manufacturing be kind of important. Maybe some home sales might reflect the higher interest rates. So we'll check that out too. That is pretty much it. So, not as big as this week, but still important stuff coming out there. Now that's going to lead us into crypto. Before we get into that, get into the chat there, folks. Make it lively and leave your comments, and don't forget to get into the poll. We've got the poll there. Are you buying crypto at the moment? Yes, maybe soon, or no there on Pulsechain. So check that out. We've got BTC at the moment, $57,587, down 2% today. We've got Ethereum there down 3.4% at 2,573. And what else there? We've BNB down 0.75%, $519. Everything pretty much down. XRP down 1.46%. What else there? Matic is down over 5%. Look at that. 5.4% down to 40 cents on Matic for the old Polygon. Those are all down there at the moment. So that is crypto overall. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin. Bitcoin here on the hourly, you can see we had that big move down. The first one move down. We've had a second move down. And so, not following the positive economic news on the stock market and being manipulated down, no doubt, is the Bitcoin now. Maybe allaying fears with the Silk Road movements. That could be possible too. So that's kind of where we are there at the moment. And we're below the 200-day moving average, which is in blue, this blue line. And that is currently at 59,418. The 50-day is in yellow. That's currently at 61,800. And we're below both of those at the moment. We were above them again, 57,503. But we did know it was going to be volatile in the August-September period, and it hasn't disappointed. Look at that, up and down, up and down. So, but other than that, it's still holding up relatively well. over this channel. It's rolled over a little bit, but maybe just a bit of a reprieve before we get some game on before the end of the year. Obviously, interest rate pivots in September. Currently, the market's expecting 25 basis points. We know that August, September are going to be a bit volatile. We're in a Bitcoin halving year. We're still expecting October to be really, really good, and that may benefit from that September 17th interest rate cut. We will probably see the stock market potentially a sell off as we do normally when we have interest rate cuts in the past, but hopefully the crypto market offers an alternative. Obviously, at the moment, we see the stock market going up and the crypto market going down. So hopefully, we get a bit of the opposite way off the interest rates. Then a US election, hopefully we get Trump in there, and he's pro-crypto, pro-freedom, and that is going to be fundamental for earning and getting a big bull run and so forth. And of course, we potentially could have 3 interest rate pivots in the year here, really spurring on that rally for October onwards. So very excited about where that could head. We do see Schumer in the Senate pretending that he's going to do some sort of bipartisan agreement around crypto. The Democrats are just full of lies and deceit, and so I wouldn't be holding your breath onto that. Even if they pass something, it's going to probably be ridiculous. So yeah, don't look out for anything there. Harris is pretty much going to do a lot of the same things that Biden's been doing, and it's going to be one big ruse, right? One big ruse. So only Trump really offering a way forward there, and already said he's going to get rid of Gary Gensler by the SEC. That's going to be bullish, not only for crypto, potentially bullish for Pulsechain, right? Ethereum at the moment is sitting at $2,575 on Ethereum at the moment. You can see we had a pretty similar pattern as we've seen in Bitcoin with the hourly chart. Let's go to the daily, and we can see we got our death cross, unfortunately, in Ethereum. It is $3,017 on the 50-day, $3,063 on the 200-day. And so we've got a bit of a death cross there at the moment. We're currently at 2,574, and it's a slightly worse gap there than we see with the old Bitcoin. But once again, we've got all the same bullish things moving ahead with interest rates, and if Trump wins the U.S. election, that is it. Now, talking about Trump winning the U.S. election, we did get some pretty bullish stuff here. Actually, let me pull up real crypto. I think we're getting a lot of manipulation in the polls, particularly the corporate polls, and so we're getting a lot of games. So you can decide what it is, but there we go. We did get the Rasmussen report, which I think is one of the most objective reports out there. That is just come out with the ending the 14th of August. They've got an LV of 1,885, and we see that Trump overall in the United States is up 4%. But then we got one from Emerson, pretty much in the rig category, their corporate category, coming out with 4 percentage points for Harris. So you can see what's going on there. We also had a Fox News one come out with Trump up 1 as well. So this weighting here, this 1%, is based on all these other polls. So you can still see all the other corporate ones, left-leaning ones there as well. They can do a number of things to change their poll left-leaning to get results like that. So, but Rasmussen, definitely probably the best poll out of all of these, and that's up 4% at the moment. So not too bad. All right, that doesn't get into the battleground states. We're not going to talk about that today, but we might talk about that tomorrow. Let's get into it. So that is where we are at the moment on Ethereum. Moving to Bitcoin, we're going to look at Bitcoin runes. First meme season on Bitcoin. Obviously, with Bitcoin being down, the sentiment is down, and we know that meme coins generally a leverage play. We do see on Runes Protocol here on Magic Eden, the #1 DEX for runes on Bitcoin. We see that Dog Go to the Moon are pretty flat at the moment. Perfect entry place for Dog because it's at 5 sats and it's just humming around there at the moment, down 1.2%. Banker Nakamoto Dollar, which was actually on the tier, and Ryzik, both of those were doing incredibly well, 30-50% gains the last couple of days. They've kind of chilled off there, down 10% and flat on Ryzik. Pumps there is up 15%, so Pumps are doing some good moves there. These other ones are flat. $1 billion cat up 3%, 3.5% there, and a Rooney, just almost flat, just down slightly, and a Liquidium there down 6%. Another one of my favorites, Lobe the Wolf Pup, is down 13% at the moment. Then we see now Satoshi Nakamoto has dropped down to number 14 as well. So is Zybit there, down 5.5%. Decentralized as well, down 13%. So these used to be in the top 10. So you're getting quite a bit of movement going on there. So was Epic. It was up there too. What else there? The Trump one, the Donald Trump one's down 3% at the moment. That's probably going to have a late run towards the election. So keep a lookout for that, number 29 at the moment. We obviously got another Trump one in there now that's come up to the top. BTC Trump runes. It's quite a high rune number, 67,000 compared to Donald Trump, which is 294. That's when it was etched after the Bitcoin halving, right? The runes protocol launched after the Bitcoin halving, allowing a meme boom season. And yeah, not doing too bad at the moment as the old rims. All right, let's jump over to all the meme coins. And we can see at the moment, Dogecoin there is currently at 14.6 billion on the old market cap. And only a couple of months ago, it was at 24 billion. So it's come down along since then. SHIB at the moment is at 5.8 billion at the moment. So they're all down for the week. As you can see, Pepe is down 14% for the week. Dodge is down 6%. Dog with Hat is down 22.66%. Bonk down 13%. So they're all pretty much down. Brett on base chain down 19%. Popcat on Solana down 22%. So yeah, you make mad gains when the Bitcoin's going up, but Ethereum's going up. But when it's going the opposite way, it also tapers off the value, right? So we pretty much see all that, and then we can see good old Dog down here, sitting down at 14% negative for the week, 4.5% for the 24 hours, sitting at 283 million market cap. So that's kind of where the meme coins are at the moment. Total market cap 2.04 trillion. Down 2.23%. And like I say, a 2 trillion market cap, small still in the world. But of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the crypto is establishing itself as a pretty good market category with BlackRock and others. Morgan Stanley recently, supporting it and getting their advisor network in play. So a lot of capital is going to flow into crypto. And don't worry about that. That is definitely coming in line. It will be supercharged if Trump gets into power, of course. And man, our summer down under or winter in the north, it could be absolutely epic moving from October through, I don't know, it could last as long through to June. So kind of cool. We do have two geopolitical risks, so let's mention those quickly. Obviously, we have wars and rumors of wars, and that is a big problem. Potentially if, if they scale up like in the Middle East, or if we have a China-Taiwan invasion, or with any of the axis of evil, although it's not so clear as it used to be, because obviously we've got socialist fascists taking over governments like the UK government, so it's not all good guys versus bad guys anymore. I always like that meme, are we the baddies? And it's definitely like that in the UK Labour government. They are definitely the baddies there, arresting people and putting people into jail for absolutely nothing. And then you've got judges that just jump in line as well and do it. They're supposed to be the checks and balances, but they're also persecuting the people in the UK. So that's what happens when you move to a fascist regime. It's pretty scary to see it in our time. 100 years later, we've got it back again. How about that? Unbelievable. So that is kind of where we are at the market. It's going to lead us into Pulsechain, day 461. And we're going to get into that. Before we do, though, let's say hello to Brian, who's in the house there. What's up, folks? Hey, good to see you, Brian. And Brian, our community leader in the house. Fight. Yeah, absolutely. As Trump would say, fight. After getting shot was unbelievable scene, wasn't it? When he managed to be in the right direction with the head, move his head. Definitely a God moment there for sure. Got up and said, fight. Absolutely. Kind of cool. And it's going to probably take 5 years before we even get any review of that program, right? They're hushing it before the election. All right, let's get into the rest of it. We're going to get into Pulsechain. Don't forget to fill out the poll. Are you buying crypto on Pulsechain at the moment? Get in that poll, and we'll check that out when we get through the Pulsechain section as well. All right, so let's get here. We got day 461. Can you believe it? The price there at quadruple 0359, down 1.3% at 36% of the mean sacrifice price is Pulse. PulseX is at quadruple 0196. Unfortunately, it's gone below the 2000 mark. Is down 2.67%, but we've been down here before, bounced off 1800. So we're at 1960 now. We're sitting just below 20% of the mean sacrifice price, and the buy and burn keeps ticking away there. Doesn't really care too much. A bit of volume goes through. It is currently 953 billion has been bought up and burned through PulseX. We've got 4.72% of the public side now bought up and burned, and question mark over the Dow contract and the Master Chief contract. what will happen in that. Is something going to happen there towards the end of the year or in the new year? We shall see. That could really spark the incentive market. We got the incentive token at the moment, $1.83, down 2.1%. 1.3%, of course, is the Pulsechain price down. The ratio sitting pretty comfortable still, 51,145 Pulse per incentive token. Total supply of incentive tokens, 39.4 million INC. And of course, they're created from people farming in the Pulse XV1 farms. That's how you get those INC tokens, and it's performing very well, in my view. Hex there is currently at 4,600 of a penny, down 2.25%. EHEX at 1,100 of a penny, pretty much similar to yesterday. And we got the combined price of 57, almost 5,800 of a penny at the moment. So Hex still super cheap at the moment. So that's pretty much it. So Pulsechain is relatively the best performer today, only down 1.3% on day 461. Now, before we get into the charts, I just wanted to give a big shout out. We got some news here from Kareem the Dream. Now, many of you have been around Hex for a long time. Kareem the Dream there is a big maxi Hex staker, right? Big shark. Yeah, one of the biggest stakers out there. And of course, he got himself into a bit of trouble and got himself in jail there. But he has been let out, thank goodness, with the help of the community. Community came behind him, and despite normal controversy, he finally got out. So he says, "I'm finally out after being unjustly detained for 16 days. Thanks to the best crypto community in the world and my closest friends, I'll be forever grateful to both. More to come in the coming days, but first I need a hot shower and some rest in bed." So the poor guy got put into jail there. I can't imagine it's a very nice jail. None of these jails are typically, and they don't treat you very well, right? So a lot of the guards, I don't know if all jails like that, but a lot of the jails around the world would be pretty bad. And if somebody, they think you're in jail and they think they can treat you like less than human. So he definitely looks like he's a little bit thinner from when I last seen him. So hopefully he'll get recovered soon. He's also got a few little holes in his little pin shirt as well. That must have fallen off there, but great to see Kareem out of there at the moment. So kind of cool. That is a little mention there. Now let's get into Pulse as well. So Pulse there at the moment sitting at 3,600, as we say. Let's have a little bit of zoom out there. We talked about the general crypto news. Obviously, we've got specific news to Pulsechain, and we can see that we've got the SEC response coming out from Richard Hart's dream team of lawyers. Very important stage in this process. And of course, we are ticking away there. Only 6 days to go before that needs to be submitted. So there we go, getting very close. Richard Hart's response to the SEC regarding the motion to dismiss the case. The case, of course, is the SEC versus Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex, and Richard Hart, which is kind of an odd combination. That is it at the moment. And yeah, we've got the RSI at the moment down at 38. So we've certainly got plenty of room for an upside movement. And then, of course, we've got the 22nd of October. We've got the RH versus SEC court oral arguments. That's the big day. And we know a lot of Hexkins, Pulsechain's going to be in New York there. The other thing, including Randy Alaski, he's going there. The other one I was going to say is that it could take up to 2-3 months to get a judgment on that. That would lead us into December, January. So that's kind of the play there. So this continues to drag on. But that is pretty bullish. And as I say, if Trump wins the election, we could have an insurance policy as well, potentially by February if, once the president gets in play in January. And then, of course, changes the guard at the SEC, fires Gary Gensler, changes the approach from a lawfare to a more balanced, clear regulation, and maybe drops a lot of these, silly cases that the SEC's bought. And, of course, the SEC has been losing a lot in the courts, haven't they? All right, trying to be a lawmaker rather than a regulator. It's kind of where they've been heading. So that's all coming up for Pulse at the moment. Of course, we zoom out on the chart. We can see Pulse, obviously Pulse down near the end, the bottom. Last time we were down these prices was in August last year, not long after the SEC on the 31st of July. We've got a big red candle. So we're right down there at the moment. So a wonderful place to pick up Pulse at the moment. Obviously, you've got to accumulate during this time when the price is under sort of legal oppression, as it were, and the volumes are relatively low. So on the market, so that's your pick up there, DCA for the win. Now moving to Pulsex. Pulsex has been a relatively better performer, obviously with the buy and burn and with the market activity on the DEX. We can see here that it's holding up very well versus US dollar. And like I say, our support line here on the horizontal is 1800. And currently on the angular support, we're up at the top end of that 1825, something like that. So so far so good. We haven't had a cross here on the moving averages, but we might get that in a couple of days' time. It may bend up there, get a bullish cross. And so far, so good. High lows, all the rest of the stuff. RSI pretty chill down at 42. So Pulsex are looking pretty good. What can we say now? If we flick it versus Pulsechain rather than US dollar, we can see that Pulsex definitely looking good versus Pulse. So it's been a good move being in Pulsex versus Pulse there. But maybe sometimes it's time to pivot at some stage. Although Pulsex has got all the incentive farms and everything else, and it's doing pretty well there. Let's go to INC. Let's have a look at that at the moment. Daily, that is the price. Let's go to the Pulse chain. Pulse making INC versus Pulse, and we got this beautiful channel. And look at that, just doing very well right in the middle at the moment. After coming off the top of the channel, 51,143. So looking pretty good as the old INC, and people are loving the farms, right? People are loving the farms. Moving to Hex at the moment, obviously super cheap on Hex. And what else can you say? It's kind of bargain hunting time on the old Hex. The RSI is super low as well, 42. And let's go full screen on this on the daily. What else can we say? I mean, it's just a good entry level at the moment. Lots of volume. Once the price does get that back into the rally, you won't be able to get all these big volumes like you are at the moment. Hex at the moment on eHex at 1100th of a penny, and that's ticking away as well. Now I am onto the bias of having a good outcome from the October court case. So I am on the bias to the upside. I think that from a layman's point of view, the case is quite weak. Obviously, it's going to be a matter of point of law and a reasonable judge. So it's going to have that play in it. But Richard Hart does have the dream team of lawyers. So I'm expecting, a bullish upside from that. That's kind of where we are. And also having the insurance policy of the Trump should he win the US election. And as I said, I think the Rasmussen polls showing still a strong leaning to Trump, a victory there. We know on the gambling site seems to be a lot of manipulation going on with the Trump versus Harris, but this looks like manipulation to me, like we're seeing on a lot of other things. So there we go. That is pretty much it on eHex as well. Pretty much the same story there on the eHex chart. All right, let's go to the derivatives. At the moment, nothing really green on the derivatives today, unfortunately. The best performer, though, is Hedron on Ethereum. That is pretty much flat, and Hedron on Pulsechain is down only 1.4%. Compared to DESI, the 10-year Maximus mining pool, that's down 10.7% at the moment. That's the biggest loser today, as we say. Let's go to stable coins at the moment. What else have we got here? Let's go to the speculative ones. PDI at the moment, 1800th of a penny, down 0.5%. And LUSD here down 3.6%. Those are the two speculatives, plus USD Tether and USDC down. Looking at the four stable coins, we can see here, we've got some good results actually. PXDC, which is backed by Hex, is actually above peak at $1.01. The Hex DC, sorry, that's PXDC. Sorry, that's that's Pulsex. Sorry, we got Hex DC. Hex DC is at $1, so that's pretty much backed by Hex. That is at $1. And then we got USDL backed by Pulse. That is just below $1. So the pegs are holding up very well today for those three liquidity forks. Coast, the one backed by Fiat, is at 97 cents. And despite all the good news and being up in line, now you can use Brian's link if you want to join up the Coast directly on ramp to Pulsechain through Coast Network. It is our main on ramp there, direct rather than indirect. And it's currently down 97 cents. So it's down 3% on the peg. All right. That is pretty much it on the stable coins. Let's go to influencer coins. Nothing much to say here, but Maddie Allen is flat at $2.58. I know there's been a lot of ongoings on X social platform. Obviously, we're no drama channel, but you can watch those on X if you're into that sort of stuff. But it's currently holding at $2.58. Liquidity is only $632. That's part of the issue, so you can go decide for yourself. What else have we got going on here? I guess relative to that, the best performer is Scuba Steve. Only down 1.6% at the moment. All right, what else are we going to go say? That's pretty much it. Let's go to overall and have a look at Pulsechain overall here. What do we got here? We got 7.4 million in daily volume during the week, so pretty low, guys. I mean, honestly, that's pretty low. Obviously, we'd like to get back over 25 million. That's just the way it is at the moment. We need to get a reversal, and obviously, we've got the court case stuff hanging over there, and the market being volatile and down slightly. No help there. We've got 136,000, 137,000 transactions in the 24-hour. Looking at the highest trending, we've still got this silly Hexkin scumbags coin here up, still up, but there, no one's really trading it from the looks of it. So I don't know. I think it might be the scam coin. So I'll just keep away from that. We'll ignore that one. Mike there is up 15%, so that's not too bad. It looks like Monsters Inc. Mike versus Monsters Inc. Kings 2 there, that King Pui, part of the wider Randy Olasky ecosystem there. I think with Crypto Compassion and others like that. That is up 8.9% at the moment. Oh, Up Token there. That is related to liquid loans, and that is up 4%. Nice little, we haven't seen that for a while. Cookies is up to 4% there. UFO, part of the PDDC ecosystem, is up 3.6%. Hex Orange Address, part of the Tang Gang, is up to 2.9% there. DWB there, up to 2.35%. So we're getting a few little movements along the line there. We've got Fibo Coin up 2.2%. Peach Meme there, up 2%. Inky there, up 2% as well. Some of these little more obscure, but they still got decent liquidity, 30-40K there for the retail book to play around with. But that is kind of weird. That is at the moment. All right, so that is the results there for the markets. Let's go to the gas prices. Obviously, 220,000 beats, pretty normal prices. 0.3 of a penny for a Pulsechain swap, 200th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 500th of a penny for PRC twin transfer. Gwei on Ethereum still super cheap at 2 Gwei. But Pulsechain is still 646 times cheaper than Ethereum. So cheap is good, right? Cheap is good. And excellent for compounding protocols. So we still love that. What else there? We got the total amount of Pulse at the moment is stuck in the validators at 1.55 trillion. Pretty much in that range. We have between 1.55 and 1.56. Not too bad there. The time to become a validator, if you want to earn a nice little APR, it's indicating an APR 10% here. Presumably that's fairly accurate. And yeah, you can become a validator at the moment, 32 million Pulse for super cheap. So if you're wanting to pick up that passive income, it is the time to do it. And then when Pulsechain does eventually get a rally, you'll be loving it. That's all we can say. Now, we've got the bridge. Now, the bridge is kind of the heartbeat or lifeblood of Pulsechain. Now, we know that yesterday we were sitting at, because I take a snapshot, right? So yesterday we're sitting at 92.5 million. Today we're sitting at 91.6 million. So it looks like we're down, what's half a million, about $900,000. The big movers at the moment, let's have a look at those. So we're actually up about $50,000 on the DAI, so that's good news. We're down $750,000 on the ETH, unfortunately, with the ETH price, and maybe some ETH has moved over as well. How much ETH have we got there? Actually, ETH is actually up. So 89383. Yeah, ETH is actually up 50. So the price is down. So there we go. We're down 23 there. USDC is down 67,000. USD Tether is it's actually up about $25,000. EHEX at the moment is down 225,000. So there's a big move there. Coast pretty much the same, and Wrap Bitcoin is what's that? Down about $40,000. Down $40,000 on Bitcoin. There we go. That is it. Let's take another snapshot for tomorrow. It's kind of cool. See where all this money is going. Let's go and take a snapshot of that. Bam, there we go. Nicely done for tomorrow. And that is it. So that is where we're at the moment. Obviously, we're just about to start day 462, which we have just started. Day 462 since Pulsechain launched. Isn't that crazy? Crazy times. And we got a little video here from when Richard Hart, it's kind of announced it. Let's see here. Always love this video. Actually, let's go to the documents here, have a look. And Richard Hart, remember that when he announced Pulsechain 462 days ago? And this was his little video.
Richard Hart here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
So there we are. There's a little mini flashback. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy time. And if you don't remember, should we go back even further since they're reminiscing right now? We've got the Hex launch, right? When he launched Hex back there on about 2nd, 3rd of December 2019. This was his little blurb back then.
Hello, everybody. I've waited a very long time for this day. It's finally come. I'm very happy. So let's talk about what happened.
So that was a little bit of an intro. He ended up doing a 7-hour live stream. And of course, a lot of people miss Richard Hart's live streams. I'm sure he'll be back when the time is right, obviously with the SEC on. So I'm sure he'll be back at some stage. Now, obviously his life changes. He's got different priorities, different things as well. So there's a bit of that in the mix as well, isn't there? The food for thought there. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Let's go to the Hex daily stat, shall we? And pull that in. And let's go here. So we've got Hex day 1719. 1719 on Ethereum. So there we are since that launch video that Richard did that I just showed you. That's how long it's been. Yeah, crazy times. 418. Actually, we haven't got Hex out yet. We've talked about yesterday's result. We got 7.14, but we haven't got today's one. So you're waiting for day 461 or day 1718 to come out there. What did I do there? I think I botched it up there. That's waiting to come out, not out yet. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. Just a bit of a quiet day in the chat, to be honest. Let's end the poll. Shall we end the poll? Yeah, let's do it. I don't know how many people have voted, but we'll end the poll anyway. Let's see what to say. So we got 12 votes at the end of the day, so that's not too bad, given it's a quiet day. Are you buying crypto on Pulsechain at the moment? 58% are doing it. They're accumulating. They're smart people, in my opinion, for the volume. No, it says 33%, 13% not doing that at the moment. Maybe they think there'll be better times in the future. And, of course, maybe soon 8% are thinking about it. So there we go. Over two-thirds of, two-thirds, let's say, of people are either buying or thinking about it there at the moment. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got a couple other comments. We got Brennan in the house there. Brennan, howdy, Superman and family. Always good to see Brennan in the chat there, our TUA guru. And, we got Sandy Beach too. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Hey, Sandy. Hope you're doing well. Sandy's got a health and fitness post at the moment. So if you're following health and Sandy for that, get into it. I'm going to be doing something pretty significant on around that space as well. So if I can get hopefully start today. I've got to start today really with it. So we shall see. Brennan said you should bring up the fear and greed index for the market. Yeah. I mean, it kind of moves around a bit, doesn't it, Brennan? That. Let's see whether I can pull that up very quickly. You're talking about crypto market, I guess. All right, here we go. I don't know what that was all about, but we've got fear and greed. I don't know if this is the one you're talking about, but it's got fear at the moment, 27 on the old Bitcoin. Now is fear, apparently. Yesterday was fear. Last week was neutral, and last month was greed. How about that? You like that? Last month was greed. Okay, that's just for you there, Brennan. Just for you. All right. What else there? Sandy says X, or formerly Twitter, has been toxic lately. I've just got used to saying X social platform, Sandy, and then you bring back the word Twitter again. Take me back. It took a while to get out of it because Twitter is a catchy name, although it was a left-wing hellhole. It is still got some problems. Still got a lot of left-wing people running the HQ, unfortunately, doing things underneath Elon's nose, that's for sure. Lies Beneath says RH for the win. RH for the win, indeed. Lies Beneath, you know it. Sandy says, I can't wait until RH streams again. Hopefully he'll be buff. Hopefully he'll be buff. I don't know. He may have been working out. Who knows? It's always good to work out, keep fit and healthy. Helps you get through the day and achieve all those things and minimize stress and things like that. Sandy says, yay, start today. I will. I'm going to start today. Just got to design it. It's going to be good. Yes, that's a nice chart, says Brennan. Thank you very much. Thank you to the search engine there, even though if it's a rigged search engine, it's kind of good. What else there? Brennan says big companies buying the dip and still fear in the market. That's a good sign. So there's a little bit of alpha there from Brennan. Big companies buying the dip and still fear in the market. That's a good sign. Yeah. We also noticed Sailor's raising more money, right, to buy more Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm not worried. I think we still haven't got the hyperbolic part of the bull market, and that's ahead of us. And I do think that October could be the beginning of that. So maybe even late September, possibly. But definitely October, as they say, could be pretty amazing. All right. Now, if you guys haven't joined our Discord, links in the video description. $5 a month to join up, 16 cents a day. So really great value. You get great information, and you get the best community people out there. You can share the journey in crypto bull market. And of course, if you want to go to the next level, we do have the Strategy Club. That's $35 a month. That's a private club in the Strategy Club. It's multi-chain, and we look for some of the best probability, high return projects on different chains. So definitely worth joining up to either of those. Hex Token Discord, there we go. That's it from Lies Beneath. Thanks, Lies. That is pretty much it. Now, if you have not subscribed, if you're watching, you haven't subscribed to Superman Crypto, Hex Token channel, or Pulsechain X, we're streaming to over 10,500 subscribers on 3 different chains. Definitely sign up and hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell for future videos. We're pretty much streaming 6 days a week and have been for years now. So definitely worth joining up. And of course, as they a Hex OG, a Pulsechain OG, definitely you're going to get lots of great commentary about where the markets are and stuff like that. It's going to be really cool. Stressful struggle, but of course we keep an open mind. We're in crypto for fun. I love crypto, and we're into for crypto for fun. So we're going to cover, lots of different things. Stressful struggle in the house there. What's up, Superman? It's been a minute. I bought more Hex today. A nice one there, stressful struggle. Yeah, I mean the volume rate at the moment on Hex is just brilliant, and you can see that chart speaks for itself. So kind of cool indeed. All right, yeah, when these prices move off the bottom line, eventually, man, it's going to be crazy, right? And people will be left behind. That's pretty much how it's going to roll. Now, obviously, the timing is always the most difficult thing in crypto, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming. The day is coming. Magic Carpet Ride's still out there as well. Obviously, with ETH down, what was the ETH? The Magic Carpet Ride ETH was bought for what, $3,700, something like that, for 107,000 ETH. We're down at what, 2,500, 2,600. So obviously that part of it's probably going to be a bit later in the bull market, but we're still picking for some big prices in crypto, heading up there, $100,000 Bitcoin maybe by the end of the year. Tom Lee was still pretty bullish about that. I'm bullish about that, and maybe October, December for that. And of course, assuming everything goes pretty well into the new year, it will rely on Trump winning the election because the Democrats are crazy nutters and they only have bad intentions. Yeah, we'll get more of the same, but it won't be more of the same. Well, it'll be worse. It'll be even worse. We're looking forward to that. A win on freedom and a win on crypto. That is the perfect outcome for us. That's what we want to see. I think that's it. 41 minutes. Not too bad for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the update. I'll be popping in the Discord today as well. So I'll see you in there. All the best, everybody. Big shout out to everybody commenting in there. Sandy, Brennan, Brian, Wookie, and Excavator, many other people in the house as well. A big shout out, Lies Beneath, of course, always in with the alpha every day. Appreciate all that support. And of course, everybody else out there, and keep accumulating. Accumulate Pulsechain for the win. That's all we can say. What's that? Wookie says, Wookie has been on MCR. Nice one there, Wookie. Congratulations. Take care, says Elias. And so does Excavator as well. Big thank you from Sandy Beach. All right, let's play out the upbeat Pulsechain Magic Carpet Ride from Richard Hart. Let's do it. I love it. I love this video. So let's play that. All right. Before we do that, though, it looks like we've got Lies Beneath. I was about to do a video, but then Lies Beneath comes in. Hex Token for the win. A member for 27 months. So one of the longest members on this channel, really in that elite crew of membership. So big shout out to Lies Beneath, but always brings the alpha every single day. So fantastic. Lies Beneath, appreciate it. And Brennan says, did you hear about the crypto market poll rigging? Yeah, that's what I said about that. I just talked about it a bit earlier. I said that's not surprising. The argument previously was it was based on old corporate polling data, and of course that's all probably being rigged to the left. They can actually balance it left or right, right? That's why I said that there's a lot of problems with that polling, and the mainstream media is using it to try and set up Harris over Trump, right? But it's actually looking more likely that Trump is still, even though it's closed, the gap's definitely closed because of the manipulation of the markets, but Trump's still leading there. All right, I think that's it. All right, let's play it out here. We got Lies Beneath. I'm trying to end the show, but everyone's getting in the chat. They're saying some good things, so that's just the way it goes sometimes. All right, let's play out the Magic Carpet Ride. Enjoy, folks. Enjoy. Accumulate for the win. Well, you can. Where are we going here? We're going to Magic Carpet Ride. I lost the play. I lost the plot here. I'm trying to end the show. It's the worst ending. I was having a good ending to the show. Now it's the worst ending ever. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.